Hello fragrance fans, and welcome to today's video, Dillinger Designer Decants. Make sure you like and subscribe to our channel. We're the smallest fragrance review channel on YouTube, but we're growing and we appreciate you being a part of that. Today's video is a fragrance you may not be familiar with or may have never even heard of. It's from the house of Davidoff, and it is Adventure. Now, at first thought, you may be thinking, Adventure, is that a take on Adventus? Well, no, it's actually far, far from that. Adventure is a 2008 release. It is a woody, spicy fragrance. The perfumer behind it was Antoine Lee, who did, among other things, Armani Code. This is a fragrance that when I first got it, smelled it, didn't care for it. I picked up what I thought was a strong resemblance to Him by Hannah More, and I don't care for that fragrance at all. And when I was looking at the notes for Adventure, I assumed that what I was smelling in Him was tea. And I thought, I must hate tea notes because, again, they smelled kind of similar. But in recently looking at the notes for Him, tea's not even listed. So I don't know if that's violet that I'm picking out that I don't really care for. But I put this on the shelf for 6 months, pulled it out this week, sprayed it, and it was like I was smelling it for the first time. And you know, I've done that with a lot of fragrances. Back here, and on the left, Guerlain Heritage, I bought it probably 3 years ago, sprayed it, smelled it, thought it was laughable that I bought this little 3 ml decant from, I don't remember who, or I would say, but anyways, thought, well, I'm glad I bought a decant of that and put it in my desk. Didn't smell it for a year. Picked it up, sprayed it, smelled it, and thought it was one of the most amazing things I'd ever smelled. Now, I had gotten Bottega Veneta Parfum and loved it. And then in my brain, I thought, you know what? That Heritage thing I smelled kind of in my mind smelled like that. So I went and found my samples, sprayed it, and again, I loved it. I don't know, it was me that was changed. Obviously, the fragrance didn't change. But sometimes our noses just, or at least mine, sometimes it works differently. I've got, allergies and things like that. But then I also had COVID about a year ago. And I think now, just now, my nose is starting to work correctly. But I sprayed the Davidoff Adventure, realized that it's not anything like Him by Hannah More. It's a woody, spicy fragrance, and thought about some ones in my collection that it kind of reminded me of. I want to pull up these two to start with because it is in this genre here of The One and Bentley For Men Intense. Now, it is milder than either one of those. These are both woody, spicy. They're both pretty bold. Projection is pretty heavy on both of these, probably more so on this than this. Both of these are bangers. They're loved in the fragrance community. They are very good sellers. And then this one here in the middle is not, well, it's really not any of those. Projection is not good. Longevity or performance is not real good. I say projection is not good. When you first spray this on, it's decent. It's not bad. It's not weak. It's eau de toilette concentration, and it's decent. It's about a 4 to 5 hour fragrance, though. You're going to have to reapply, but that's okay. I reapply bangers, because I want them to pop. And it's cheap enough that you can do that, and it's not going to hurt you any. Again, I picked this up for somewhere around $25. Now, again, it's lighter than either one of these. It doesn't have a boozy or a rum note. that I pick up from both of these, although I don't think it's listed on the one. Both of them have a little booziness to me. I don't get that in this. It's definitely just straight up woody spicy, but I'll tell you what it reminds me of. Obviously, looking at these two bottles, it reminds me of this. Now again, this didn't copy this. If anything, this copied this. This is a 2008 release. This is a 2013 release. Look at the presentation, very similar. The juice colors, pretty much the same, and the smells are very close. To me, it looks like Bentley needed a fragrance. When they did their For Men, they noticed that this wasn't selling, but it was great. They thought, hey, we can improve that packaging, make it a lot more classy, a lot more nice. We'll beast mode this thing. And to me, that's what has happened. They added some booziness to it. They, made the packaging a lot nicer. But I'll tell you what really reminds me of this. To me, it is a mixture of Bentley For Men Intense and this one here, Azzurro Pour Homme, which is not classified as a boozy fragrance. Okay, it's not a woody spicy. Bentley For Men Intense is a Azzurro Pour Homme is a fougere. It's a barbershop fragrance. And when you first spray Adventure, you're going to get a little bit of that soapy, clean, barbershoppy fougere top. Okay, the top notes. Let me go over the notes for Adventure. The notes are mandarin orange, pepper, lemon, tea leaf, bergamot, mate, pimento in the middle, sesame. Base notes, vetiver, cedar, white musk. It shares several notes with Azzurro Pour Homme. It shares the cedar, it shares the vetiver, it shares the musk, it shares the bergamot. And so when you first spray Adventure, you get a good mixture of a woody spicy and a barbershop fougere. Now, if you don't think you like either one of those genres, then this fragrance may not be for you. But if you do like both of those genres, or one or the other, or if you're like, I kind of like the barbershop fougere genre, but I don't want it to be too old school or too dated, and I don't think Azzurro Pour Homme is one of those that's not dated at all. But something like Armani old, Pour Homme or something like that. Or if you're like, I like woody spicy, but Bentley For Men Intense just blows my nose off. Davidoff Adventure is right in the middle. It's much more tame than this. It's not near as classic old school fougere as this, but it's like a good marriage of those two genres, and to me, those are two of my favorite genres. I'm not sure why this didn't do real well. Ewan McGregor was the face behind it, like Johnny Depp for Dior Sauvage or Jared Leto for Gucci Guilty. Ewan McGregor, 2008, he was on top of the world. Star Wars was a huge success and everything, but for whatever reason, it just didn't take off. So it's a hidden gem. You can get a sample of this. Now, again, I know it's only $25 or somewhere around there, but nobody wants to throw away $25. If you want to, you can get a sample of this for about $2 plus shipping from me. Check out my eBay store. I've got all these fragrances for sample. But whether you buy a whole bottle or get you a sample, you need to at least try it out. It's a hidden gem. It's one nobody's talking about, but it's a really good fragrance for not much money. Davidoff Adventure. Again, like and share. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Check out all my other channels and check out my eBay store, Dillinger Designer Decants. All right, God bless. We'll see you down the road. Thank you.